Luxembourgers, let me remind you, haven't won a major game since 1973. They've lost 38 out of the last 39 games they've played. They really are the chopping blocks of Europe. Alan Devonshire, who's had a really sprightly game down the left flank for England. In fact, the goals for, in terms of Luxembourg during that time, 22. Goals against 133. So England are adding to that torture so far tonight with those goals by Brian Robson and Paul Mariner. But of course it is a difficult job for England, there's no doubt about it, with that bad news coming out of Athens. I think Bobby Robson put his finger on it when he said it's rather like asking soldiers to go on firing bullets after a peace treaty has been signed. Well, here are Luxembourg in their red shirts. Hellers, only 19, and one of their bright young players, plays for Standard Liège in the Belgian First Division. Now Devonshire, Robson. Tony Woodcock has gone off injured after 25 minutes with a bit of a groin injury, and that'll be bad news for Arsenal fans, I'm sure. Bad news for England, except it's good news for John Barnes. He's come on as a substitute. Devonshire with a good run. Robson trying to get in late on that England move, but the Luxembourg team again get it away. Only as far as new cap Mike Duxbury. Now Sammy Lee, who's had a really good first half on the right flank of England's midfield. Hoddle. But again, it's Luxembourg through Wagner. And a throw to England. Well, that's Louis Pilot, the Luxembourg coach, who used to be a defender with Standard Liège. Devonshire. Of course, England very strongly represented in the crowd here tonight as well. Tony Woodcock, who's gone off, of course, as I said, with that groin injury. Luther Blissett, I noticed, just alongside him. Scored a hat-trick when England won 9-0 here at Wembley, 11 months ago. In fact, the Luxembourg side saying they were still a little shell-shocked from that, and if England got an early break, then they could be onto the same sort of hammering. Well, it's 2 so far, and England again pressing forward. Sammy Lee. Too far for Barnes, and quite easy for Jean-Paul Defrand, the very small goalkeeper. He can only be about 5'7", 5'8", a lorry driver, and a great Manchester United fan, the Luxembourg goalkeeper. So much so that when he was a substitute at Wembley, he went straight to the England bench and swapped shirts with Gary Bailey, who of course is the England substitute goalkeeper tonight. This is Michaud, the right back for Luxembourg. Langers, a terrible miskick there. And hard for Louis Pilot, the Luxembourg coach, really to motivate a side when they get beaten so often. Not an awful lot to work on, Brian, has he, Brian Clough?
No, I feel a little bit of sympathy for both managers at the moment.
John Barnes. Robson. And Michaud getting it back. Sanson had gone right in there, barged off the ball, but the Dutch referee looked away when England looked hopefully towards him. Now Devonshire. With 8 amateurs in the side, I suppose it's expected maybe that Luxembourg will wilt a little bit as the game goes on. Played in by Duxbury again to Devonshire, weaving all sorts of patterns there. Duxbury with a long cross. Mariner's coming in on it, but again the keeper handled well. Good play by Sanson, and good combination with Robson. And now Hoddle coming up from the back. Played it for Lee, hitting it first time, and a good save by the keeper. What a good one. Well, Sammy Lee, who scored a scorching goal against Hungary, has yet to score for Liverpool this season. A really good shot, and a corner then for England, which Glenn Hoddle will take. Union Jacks all around the ground today. Leeds United and Huddersfield represented there. Mariner turning it back. Devonshire trying to get it in. And it'll come again for Hubble, and he's onside. Crossed in. Barnes with a header. Butcher surely, and number 3 for England. And a fairly simple final task there for Terry Butcher, Brian Clough.
The Luxembourg players thought it was offside, and at this present time they're protesting to the linesman something cruel. I didn't think Hoddle was offside. I did think Barnes went to score.
I'm sure he did. So 3-0 then for England. And I know you've got a theory that even bad sides have to be beaten.
All sides have to be beaten and all goals have to be scored. And their attitude of the England players second half has been absolutely brilliant. The 2-0 up at half-time, they've come out here and it appears they're saying to themselves, well, we're going to stick another few in as well. And that goal was a smashing start for them.
So Butcher. And a pass in a lot of space for Duxbury. And of course, to some degree, it will be a compensation for England. The bad news from Athens, if you've just come in and are watching us live, that with Denmark having won there, England are out of the European Championship, will not qualify for the finals in France next year. So, in terms of that competition, this match doesn't mean an awful lot. But in terms of doing a good job tonight for the sake of the game, and indeed looking further ahead towards World Cup qualification, it could mean quite a lot. But tonight really to be starting to look, Brian Clough, isn't it, for players who are going to serve England over the next 5 years or so, really.
Well, for the next several matches, Bobby Robson will have to blueprint his side for the next 4 or 5 years. That's an absolute certainty. And he'll probably be doing what the West Germans have been doing.
Devonshire. Mariner's header. Butcher almost getting in again. At that time, there was an infringement offside, and it'll be a free kick for Luxembourg.
We're just saying what the West Germans did when they had a bad World Cup. They just scrapped everything and started right from the bottom. And they didn't mind how many matches they lost, but they got it right eventually.
A little touch there by Reiter, but Langers playing the ball forward again without a great deal of control. Devonshire. Mariner. Sanson. Butcher. And Barnes in there, but the keeper first. The Bronx clearance, Reiter jumping, but out-jumped by Duxbury, supported by Martin. Hoddle with a touch for Robson. Butcher. And now Devonshire. Callers getting in. Langers. Reiter to Langers. Plays in the French First Division, the number 11. But that wasn't a First Division pass by any means. Falls for Butcher. And now the ball coming off Meunier, the Luxembourg defender. England's throw. Sanson finding Hobble. Meunier, but offside against Barnes, and a free kick to Luxembourg. And a throw to England. Sorry, we're all saying, yes, well, we would expect them to win here, and indeed you would expect England to win, and they'd be disappointed not to, but it's worth pointing out that the Danes came game here and won only by 2-1, and then on the strength of a very dubious penalty. So there are nights when the Luxembourg side can put it together a little bit. Duxbury for England. Now Lee. And an offside, quite clearly so, John Barnes. And Bobby Robson watching his side quite comfortably placed, while Luxembourg warm up Gires, who's a young defender. Barboni losing out as Robson comes in quickly with the challenge. Hoddle playing it in again for Robson. Number 4, well taken. And Brian Robson's second goal of the night. But a very good goal indeed, Brian.
Absolutely brilliant goal. His close control here would have beaten any defence, and he still had to look up and put it in the side netting. His attitude all night's been brilliant. And he got us on the way with the goal, and he took it well.
In the meantime, the substitution is about to be made with Malje coming off and Gires coming on. So it's 4 for England, and Luxembourg kick off again. With coming up to 12 minutes of the second half gone. Sanson. Robson. Duxbury. Could be that Luxembourg legs are beginning to go. And certainly England have put them under a lot of pressure almost from the word go. Huddle. In for Barnes. Here come England again. And that time Luxembourg got to grips with the task. Meunier. Cut out again by Robson, but a throw. And Gires will take it. No, it's Michaud who takes it, finds Hellers. Duxbury. And in fairness, the Luxembourg side have hardly been in the England half. Huddle now. Left foot shots. Good save by the keeper. And indeed, his opposite number, Ray Clements, has had only one shot to save all night, and that was a very good tip over quite early in the game when England were only 1-0 up. Barnes. Gires. Hellers. Gires again onside. More work for Clements here. Oh, and a glorious chance missed there by Barboni. Oh, that was a glorious opportunity there for Luxembourg. It was Reiter who went right in, and Mariner now who will seek to do something the other end, but the ball played a little too firmly forward. But for once, England caught not concentrating in defence, Brian Clough.
That was as good a chance as we've seen all night. I can't quite believe what he tried to do. I think he lost it right at the last second, and it caught it between his legs.
Well, here's Devonshire. Goal kick.
It was possibly the excitement of them getting in our penalty area, or let alone in the penalty area, in the 6-yard area, because they've barely been over the halfway line. Sanson.
Little chip in there, Hoddle. Robson again coming up from the back. Butcher. On the far side is Mariner leaping for this one. Hoddle may hope to get in there too. And now it's Wagner. Following up well. Langers. And Reiter. Well, Duxbury doing his work there for England. And it'll be a throw for Luxembourg. Reiter stopped by Butcher. Hoddle with the long ball forward. Mariner off in chase. And looks as though he might well have the legs of Meunier, who seemed to be struggling a bit. Played into the path of Hoddle, but I don't think he'll quite get there, no. But Barboni, Lee wasn't concentrating as well then. He didn't realise that the Luxembourg player was coming up behind him and wanted far too much time. Barboni, Wagner, Helles, Meunier, Michaud. And the free kick given England's way, and it's with Hoddle. Mariner again has made a lot of space over on the right. And Reiter in trouble at the moment for Luxembourg. Meunier. Robson. Duxbury. Barnes inviting Duxbury to continue forwards, and the ball had just gone over, although the Luxembourg fans didn't agree, for the corner to England.
The Luxembourg side are not happy with that linesman, particularly over the third goal, and he's getting a bit of stick now from all the Luxembourg players, but he appears to have been given really fair, genuine decisions.
But here's the corner for England. Hoddle with it. Robson, and turned away by Wagner. And in fact, the whistle had gone for an infringement there inside the Luxembourg penalty area. It'll be a free kick to the home team. England leading, if you've just come in, by 4-0 with about 17.5 minutes gone of the second half. Robson 2, Mariner and Butcher are England scorers. Butcher. Lee. Martin.